Family, how you doing? This is Larry. Happy New Year. As the topic of the video says, I was denied for apartment. Denied for apartment here in the Atlanta area, and they denied me because I said no on it when they asked had I been convicted of a felony. I know some of y'all gonna say, "Yeah, it's your fault." It is my fault. It is my fault. But the reason why I said no, let me tell you why. The reason why I said no is because they said they only go back 7 years. So they said they only go back 7 years if you haven't had any felonies in 7 years. And certain felonies after 7 years, I understand there's certain offenses that they want to dig a little deeper in, but they said they only go back 7 years. So when they said that, I said no. And then I didn't hear anything back. So we called, and when we called, the lady at the office said, "Well, Larry's been convicted of a felony, so that's a no go." And I was let down, man. My head was hung. I was upset. You know, how can they, judge us and keep us bound? It's like a permanent underclass of citizens, and that's what I felt. I really was, man. I was mad. I really was. But the truth of the matter is, regardless of what I feel, we still, you and I, who've been convicted of felonies, we still have to operate in society and figure out a way to make it. So I eventually approved for a better apartment that me and my wife really love and enjoy. But I found out why, and I want to help you. So the purpose of my YouTube channel now is to help all the returning citizens to be able to get into society and to be able to function, because it's gonna be hard, especially in some areas. Some areas that are really stern and strict. Some places they'll kind of be a little bit more lenient, but I'm gonna help you, and this is what I learned, because we eventually got approved for a better apartment in a greater place, a better place, but we took some different steps. My wife is former law enforcement. My wife worked was a police officer, correction officer, probation officer, parole officer. She ran a center here in Atlanta for all the helping people with drug rehabilitation. It was just a bunch of different stuff. They call it a day reporting center here in Atlanta. So that's my wife. And she knows a lot. And I want to get her on the channel. I just gotta motivate her. And if I can get her on the channel. But so I let her take charge over getting us the next apartment. And it was some steps that she took that I believe helped us get the place, and I believe that can help you get a place. Or whatever you may be doing, just take these steps and it may help you. The first step that she did was she was honest. She called the rent office, the leasing offices, and she called them and she talked to the leasing manager, explained the situation. She talked to them. She was honest before she even filled out the application. Before we even filled out the application, she said, "Let me do it. Let me talk with them." She called them and spoke with them, asked their policies, told him everything. Yes, you know, my husband has been convicted, but she was open and upfront before we even filled out the application. And the people said, "Okay." And they said, "We believe we can get you a place." So she was open and upfront. So number one, if you're trying to get a place and you've been convicted of a felony, be honest. Speak with the people up front. They have a right to say no, however unfair it may be, but be honest. Just be honest. Just say, "Hey, I had some problems in my past 15, 20 years ago, 7 years ago, however long. I've got my life together. I've been on the straight and narrow. I really like this place. Do you think I'll be able to get a place at your residence?" They say no, move on to the next one. You'll find somebody that will. The place we end up in, the people were great. We found one guy named Max. He was a great guy. He went the extra mile for us. Even the company that had did the background check denied me. They said no. But Max had spoken with my wife, heard how honest and open we were, seeing how long the conviction was. And Max went to bat for me, man. He did. And I was denied. I really was. And then I got call from this lady. She said she was somebody. She was over the region or whatever. And she said, I just want to let you know that you're going to get something saying that you're denied, but you're not going to get denied. I want to let you know personally that you're going to get the place. Max went to bat for you. He was really impressed with you guys' honesty and openness about whatever, and we want to give you a second chance. It really touched me that somebody really would go to bat for me, but it started with us being open and honest and going into my point too, just explaining the situation. I mean, I'm not saying go into details of your crime or anything. Just explain, I was a young man, young woman. I was wild out in the streets, doing crazy things. Got my life together now. Haven't been in any trouble for the last, whatever. I can afford this place. I really would love you guys to give me a chance. And that helped us, because relationships are really the key to getting your life back on the right track as you enter back into society. I don't care how long it may be. Relationships are the key. They really are. You have to maximize on your relationship. You have to develop them and maximize on them. You really do. So be open, explain the situation. Number 3, be realistic. You have to be realistic. And the reason why I'm saying being realistic is because it's going to be some of these people going to say no. They don't care about how you've got your life together. They don't care. It's not fair, but you and I both know that's what's going to happen. So don't get down. Don't, beat yourself up because they said no. Go ahead and say, all right, dust myself off, going on to the next one. The pity party will keep you in that stagnant state, just giving up and won't try. All right? Don't give up on yourself. Be realistic. Understand that you have some buttholes. They don't want to live next door to some felons. You got a guy in the leasing office, a lady in the leasing office. Oh my God, he's a felon. Be realistic. You are going to come across those type of people, but don't give up. All right? This Larry, man, look, take these points. Be honest. Be honest. Before you even fill out the application for trying to get a place to stay, a nice place to stay. Because, you and I both know you can get places, but they're old trapped out, clapped out places. You got to live in the middle of the nowhere in the hood. And it's not right for somebody who have tried to getting their life together to only have to be able to stay in certain places. For me, when I first got out, I ended up purchasing a home fast. I got me a home. It was back during the crazy time. I got raped on the loan. They bust my head. But I ended up getting a home, and that's how we got around that. So that may even be an option if you can afford it, if you can get a place, if you can buy your home. FHA loans are, they're giving away money. All right, man, this is Larry. Be honest before you fill out the app. Be open, explain the situation, but be realistic. Guys, next time, subscribe to the channel. We're focusing only on this channel on helping our returning citizens. All right, this is Larry, man. Peace.